All right, so now that you know how to log in, you know how to register the player. Now, what more else can we do with this API, right? Like, how can we make this thing even more useful? And to showcase this, what we can actually do here is that we can start to play with our leaderboards, right? And then we're gonna play with our inventory, quests, and whatever you want to add here in the near future. So let's try to implement the leaderboards first. So the first thing you need to do before you can actually do on the game is just create a leaderboard, and we're gonna call this test. Now this is gonna be a number format, which is fine. We're gonna sort by the highest, and we're gonna press create. All right, perfect. Now the next thing we have to do here is that we need to add data to the leaderboards. And the way we can actually do this, guys, is super easy, right? We're gonna go back to our game here, and we're gonna create a new widget, and we're gonna call this widget WBP playground. All right, let's just call this playground. Now the next thing we're gonna do is add even a canvas. To be honest, I'm just gonna add a horizontal box, or a vertical in this case, and I'm gonna add buttons that do kind of fun things. So the first button I'm gonna add, a button, is gonna be add score, right, or something. And we're gonna add a text, and this is gonna be like player score. Nice. And we can actually even do like add player score. Right, so the score, it's relevant to you. That's why we have the ability to create many leaderboards, because you can have like a XP leaderboards, you can have a money leaderboards, you can create any kind of leaderboard you want. And to respect any user's games, we need to make it generic. All right, so you have to pass, like you need to tell what is this leaderboard about, right? Now, if I want to add a score to it, all I have to do, super simple. We're gonna go back to click. And now, look at this. Leader board, right? Or I think it's called quick score. And we have quick submit score. Now, all you have to do here is that you need to pass the slug, right? So the slug here is called task, so it's easy, right? We're gonna add a score of 1. And we're gonna create here a custom event called API add score, right? Score. So if you want to access more items from the dev realm, you have here quick submit score, and then you have the quick get top scores. All right, perfect. Now the next thing we need to do is break this stuff, and I'm just gonna do a print here, and we're gonna see if it's successful or not. Now the way you need to use this is that your character must be logged in. All right, so let's go back to our nice main widget here. Let's get our playground here. So we have our score. Let's gonna edit that. Let's center on the middle, or actually let's just leave it here on the top. Let's do like a 0.5, and that's it. And I'm just gonna make it very simple. You know, as you can see here, I just want to make sure that everything is very simple to use. Let's set the visibility to collapsed, and we're gonna go back to our playground. And when we log in, we're gonna get this. I'm gonna do set visibility to true, so we can do visible. Perfect. Now let's try. So I know that my user is simple. It's just test@gmail.com. I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna wait. And now that I'm logged in, you can actually do stuff here. So I can add player scoreboard. So let's see what happens if I press this. True. All right. So if I add 2 more buttons, right? Now let's go to our project. Let's go here. Let's go to our leaderboards, and let's open up. And look at that. We have here the user score. right? So we can add a score here quickly. And the cool thing about it is that we can, for example, right? So if I delete this score, and let's say that my character score is gonna be, let's say 100, right? So I'm just gonna stop here. I'm gonna go back to my game. And where is it? The score, right here. So at the end of the match, you score, let's say 500, right? We can compile and save. Now I'm gonna press play. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna edit 1, 2, 3. We're gonna submit that data. So we're gonna log in. We should add a load of that, and we're gonna add player score, right? Perfect. Now the player score is true. All right, so now what we can actually do here, we're gonna exit, is go back to my little board, and I'm gonna just refresh the data. So I have the user here, and you can actually change the user score if you want, okay? If you have the plan, the Pro one, you can use the REST API as well to change that for you using your own dashboard. But now, the best part is that if you are on any plan, what you can do is that you can go back and you can create a widget. And what we can do is that we can share this with anyone you want. So for example, here I'm using my free plan. But what I can do is that I can create a script tag. You can add your own existing website, an iframe, or a direct link. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to open up on the URL, and you're going to see that I'm just going to copy. Right, so you have the widgets. You can change the design. You can change the colors. And if you are on the Indie Plus, you can change, and you can add your logo here as well, but you can also change the themes. Now, one cool thing as well that we have that I wanted to share is that we have score, and we can get, for example, the top score, right? And we can add our test leaderboard, so we can also show this in-game. You can add a limit to, let's say, 10 records, and we can do a custom event, and I'm just gonna break this stuff, right? And we can actually have the successful name, right? So I'm just gonna do a print, and we can actually get the scores. We can do a for each loop, okay, to make our life easier. And we can break this, and we can just do, let's say, a print. We have a couple information about the player, but let's just do the rank, to be honest, or the score, to be honest, or one or the other. So just press play. Let's just try to log in. Test. We're gonna press submit. And we're gonna log in. And now we're gonna add the player score. And true, and 500, 500. Now I have 500. And if I go back here, you can see that on my leaderboard, that should be the case. So now what happens is that makes super easy for you, the developer, to fully control your, your game or whatever you're trying to do. It makes super easy to implement things. And now I think you can even, go back to your product, to your page, sorry, your project, open up, and you can go back to direct link. I'm gonna go back and paste it here, and now we're gonna open up. And then you're going to see the leaderboards and everything about the leaderboards. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this one. And in the next one, we're going to be working with the currencies.